Is this easy mode?
Because you're listening to Know the Lore. Hey everybody, this is Chris, aka Slurrednerd on Twitter and the PlayStation Network. And as I said in the last episode, this is going to be our final episode until we get some more lore from Blizzard surrounding the game of Overwatch. Maybe we'll see something from BlizzCon, at least around Sombra. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. But anyway, we are down to our two final current heroes, which is D.Va and Zarya. So let's get to it. For both of our heroes in this episode, their stories rely heavily on the past and the events that befell their countries during the Omnic Crisis. With that said, 20 years ago, as the Omnic Crisis was raging, the country of South Korea was attacked by a giant Omnic that rose out of the East China Sea. This colossal Omnic was able to cause massive destruction to the coastal cities before forces were able to make it retreat back into the water. In an attempt to deal with the growing Omnic threat, along with the giant Omnic that attacked the country, the government developed drones called Mecha, or Mobile Exoforce of the Korean Army. Turns out this was probably a good idea, because the attacks didn't stop, and every few years the giant Omnic would again rise from the sea and attack, even after the Omnic Crisis ended. Each time, it would be different. The Omnic would take a new form or display different weapons with each attack. It learned from its previous encounters, ending each battle in a stalemate. The drones couldn't fight on, and the Omnic was never destroyed, but would retreat until next time. Finally, during another attack, the Omnic was able to disrupt the drone's control network. The Korean government was then forced to recruit pilots for the mechas. Not having enough military strength left, the country turned to professional gamers with their highly advanced reflexes and instincts as the best candidates. All of the top players were drafted into the military, and among them was the reigning champion of the esports world, Hannah Song, better known for her gamertag, D.Va. At 16 years old, she was the top StarCraft II player in the world, and went undefeated for 3 years when at age 19 she was recruited for the Mecha pilot program. Even before joining, she was known by gamers around the globe to be ruthless, showing no mercy to her opponents, and this new mission would be no different. To her, this was just another game that she played to win, and so D.Va would fearlessly charge into a battle at a moment's notice. As with her games, she tends to stream her combat operations, earning her even more fans around the world and turning her into an icon and a household name. She even ended up starring in a movie from Goldshire Pictures called Hero of My Storm, and also a famous advertisement for Nano Cola. Despite her young age, she's confident and egotistical, but she loves her fan base with a passion and would do anything to make them happy, including Reinhardt and Lucio. She herself is also a big fan of Lucio's music, as well as May's blog called May's Adventures. Now, like D.Va, Zarya's life was also largely shaped by what happened during the Omnic Crisis. Born Alexandra Zaryanova, she grew up in a remote village of Siberia on the front lines of the Omnic Crisis. Although Overwatch did exist at the time, the Russian army was able to defeat the Omnics without aid and shut the Omnium down that produced them. Alexandra was a child at the time of the defeat, and as such, grew up surrounded by destruction. She made a promise to herself then that she would gain the strength to help her people. Valuing hard work and perseverance, she turned to weightlifting and professional bodybuilding, quickly transforming herself into a force to be reckoned with. She was recognized by the National Athletics Program as she progressed. Confident, determined, and steady in her faith as the strongest woman in the world, she entered the World Weightlifting Championships and was expected by all to demolish the records. However, before the championship began, Russia fell plague to a second Omnic crisis after the assassination of Takartha Mandata at the hands of Widowmaker. Now, going by her nickname, Zarya immediately dropped out of the competition to enlist in the Russian Defense Forces to defend her home and unleash the hate and fury she feels for the Omnics that threaten to destroy it. Alright everybody, that brings us up to date with our current 22 hero roster until we get some more info. I hope you enjoyed learning about the lore of Overwatch as much as I enjoyed talking to you about it. I just want to give a real quick thank you to all my listeners worldwide. It's been very surprising how much positive feedback I've gotten from this show, so thank you so much. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or the PlayStation Network, and check out NerdSloth.com to hear some of our other shows. At the moment, I'm actually in the middle of planning a couple more lore-centric shows in the next several months, so if you like this one, be sure to check those out once they're released. One of them will be with a new season of Know the Lore, just with a different topic. Until then, remember,
Together, we are strong.
Chris here. If you enjoy the show, please rate, like, subscribe, comment, or share, as every little bit you do helps the show. Know the Lore is recorded and produced by NerdSloth. More episodes can be found at nerdsloth.com, along with our other awesomely nerdy shows. Search for NerdSloth on social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Music heard during the show is the Overwatch Victory theme remixed by DJ Effiksha. Go to effiksha.com to hear more.